was your major or what's your degree in? And thank you for coming.
My name is Treese Carey. I graduated this past December. I have my degree in business marketing. Yeah, that's it.
All right, good deal. Congratulations, recent TSU grad.
My name is Justin Alexander. I graduated undergrad 2012, master's in 2014, major accounting.
Ah, good deal. Welcome aboard. Thanks for coming.
My name is Kiara Price. I graduated undergrad 2012, master's 2014, and I majored in accounting as well.
Good deal. Thank you so much. Welcome.
Hello, my name is Kendrick King. I graduated undergrad May 2011, and my major was business management.
Good deal. Kendrick, some good familiar faces here. I see Kendrick all the time downtown. We work in separate buildings, but we in passing all the time. And I think, Justin, I saw you at a conference, accounting, about a year ago. I think the anniversary is coming up pretty soon, Government Accounting Conference.
Right.
Ah, good deal. Thanks for coming and thanks for coming out. I was waiting around a little bit to make sure we had enough for what we call a quote-unquote quorum. And so to have a quorum for our chapter is 7 paid members. And so we do have 7 paid members here, so then we went ahead and got started. But nevertheless, we still could have had our meeting, but we would not have been able to vote on anything. But today we don't have any items up to vote on, so we're good either way. But we do have more than 7 paid members here, so I'm happy for that. Before we go any further, I do need to do a roll call. And Vice President Jasmine Belton.
Here.
Treasurer and Financial Secretary Benny Allen Brooks.
Here.
Correspondence Secretary Whitney Jones Moore. Recording Secretary Martha Lewis. Vice President of Membership Bernica Scott.
Here.
Parliamentarian Carl Jenkins. Had a few alums call in this week and let me know, just as a courtesy, they didn't have to do it, but they did, and let me know they wouldn't be able to make it out today. Mr. Stephen Granton, he's traveling, he's coming in from DC, and his flight won't make it in until late tonight. Stephanie Rockamore had some multiple engagements, scheduled conflicts, she couldn't make it out. And Ms. Martha Lewis, our secretary, called and said she couldn't make it either, had some conflicting events. But nevertheless, they did send their best wishes and said that they will be helping out on upcoming events in the future, upcoming volunteer events. Mr. Brooks, can you lead us in prayer?
Sure can. Everybody would bow their heads in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we come together this evening to give you praise and thanks and glorify your name. And thank you for all of the blessings that you've bestowed upon us. We ask that you continue to bless us and keep us in your care. Allow your grace and mercy to shine upon us abundantly, especially during our times of doing the business of Jesse H. Jones School of Business Alumni Chapter. Give us the strength and the courage to apply our very best. In Jesus' name we pray. Let everybody say amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Thank you, Mr. Brooks. Now, as I read, thank you.
Agendas?
Absolutely. Thank you. That's the issue. Yes, please. And then, Bernica, can you help out? Whitney's not here. Can you help pass out the minutes to our paid members? Whitney's on the way, but she's not here yet.
Sure thing.
And that's just for the yeah, I got it.
Janice. Yes.
I gave it a tip.
Mr. Brooks.
Oh, this year.
I gave everybody agendas. I gave everybody one of them.
All right, so Mr. Brooks is helping us out. He's passing out the agenda. Because we have a full house today, or it's getting to be a full house, One of our rules per our constitution and bylaws is when we have alumni that's here in a meeting that's not paid members, we bypass the reading of the financial statement and the reading of the last meeting's minutes. And so you do have the agenda, but you don't necessarily have the financial statement in front of you, and you don't have the minutes. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna keep our meeting moving, and we're gonna omit the reading and approval of our minutes and financial statement. So the next item on our agenda is our president's report. You know, over the past year, more than the past year actually, it's been quite a while. I want to say happy holidays as well. Happy hopefully everyone's holidays went well. Your Thanksgiving and your Christmas. In December we don't have a general body meeting, and so now we're at the new year, and so we didn't meet in December. So this is our first time pretty much coming together since before Thanksgiving. So I want to say thank you all for coming out again. I think I mentioned it once already. But what I was about to say is that we have some strong and active committees. And so our committees will give committee reports. Sometimes in my president's report, I kind of steal the shine a little bit from our committees. So I'm going to make sure I don't do that today. So I have very few things that I'm going to speak about, and then we'll go into our committee's report. Right after we have a couple more introductions, I see a few more new faces in the building. Not only am I the president of the School of Business Alumni Chapter, I'm also I sit on a couple different committees. One of the committees or councils that I sit on is for the School of Business. It's called the Business Advisory Council. And so I sit on that council. We had our meeting over the holidays with our board members, and these are folks that graduate from TSU and non-graduates, CFOs, CEOs, different companies. They just want to be able to help HBCU, help TSU out, and they're in the business field, real estate, different areas. And so one of the things that they brought to my attention, me being the alum, and I'm somewhat the spokesman for alumni on that council, is that they want to have something to boost the legacy of the School of Business and boost not the morale, but the image. And they were asking, what do we do for graduates? Do we have a pinning ceremony within School of Business? They heard about at commencement time, they have the alumni oath and different things, and the pre-alumni have the pinning of the paw. But they says, does the School of Business necessarily have a lapel pin? That maybe we have some type of brunch or nothing else, a reception here in this school for our own graduates. And I said, currently we don't. We've had it off and on in the past, but currently we don't. And so be looking out for that. I may ask you all to help out and volunteer to really be on the planning committee for this upcoming pinning ceremony. And it'll be prior to graduation in the School of Business. And so be looking out for that. But that's something that's in the works that's starting to be planned upon alums and business professionals that's in the community. Another thing is I'm the VP of Finance for Texas Southern University National Alumni Association. And so the National Alumni Association has 16 chapters. School of Business is only one of those chapters. And so we just had a retreat. All the chapter presidents, along with all the national alumni officers, had a retreat. And we went over the Constitution and bylaws, the budget, and fundraising. And so that has been, it's in draft form right now, but after it's finalized, it will come down to the various chapters, and I'll definitely communicate all the goals and the mission of TSUNAA to our chapter. And then here on the local chapter level, we're gonna do pretty much the same thing this year, and I'll talk about it a little bit later. But we have our 2019 budget to approve, and then also we're gonna reflect and look at our constitutional bylaws. And so next month, if you're here, and even if you're not here, we'll send it to you electronically. We're gonna review our constitutional bylaws, and actually we're gonna give a time period. If there's anything there that's questions or maybe we want to be contested or changed, we're gonna give from February to March to change those things. Sometimes things become outdated. What worked in the past doesn't necessarily apply and work now. We have technology, different ways of communication, and so we want to make sure our constitution bylaws are up to date and reflect the current times, of this generation. That's all for me. But if you came in and you didn't introduce yourself earlier, and this is your first time to a meeting. If it's not your first time, that's okay. But if you haven't already introduced yourself, I see one or two faces I haven't seen. I want you to stand. Anyone, any first timers that's left? And let us know your name, your year that you graduated, and your degree. What was your major?
Okay, my name is Nika Griffin. I graduated in 2018, and my major was marketing.
Fantastic. Thank you for coming. Absolutely. There's a sign-in sheet. I think it's floating around, or it may be on the table there. Okay, it's on the table. Make sure you sign in so we can keep track of everyone who came in, and make sure you have your correct email address on there. If you're not, by show of hands, who all receives emails or correspondence from our chapter from the university? Good. Okay, so only a few that hasn't. So make sure you put your email address on there, and we'll make sure we pass that on to the university, Ms. Connie Cochran, VP of Alumni Relations, and then also we'll retain that as well. Yes? Absolutely. We have more guests coming. Thank you, Ms. Brooks. With no further ado, Ms. Brooks keeps me on my toes. Ms. Connie Cochran, can you stand? And Mr. Keith Scott, can you stand, please? Now, I guess ladies first. So, Ms. Cochran, can you introduce yourself? Let us know who you are.
So I'm Connie Cochran. I'm Assistant Vice President of Alumni Relations and Special Events. I am a proud graduate of the School of Communication from Chicago. I've been here for a few years. And so I help alumni. Is that just an introduction now?
That's an
We'll
introduction,
talk later.
and we'll
Okay.
get back to you in just
Okay, perfect.
Absolutely.
I'm Keith Scott, the National Alumni President. I graduated from Texas Southern in 1983, got my degree in computer science and mathematics.
Oh, thank you. Thank you both for coming out.
Thank you.
Now, what we'll do before we get into our committee reports, and that's all for, I'll cut my president's report short today because we do have guests. And Ms. Cochran, if you have any more words, we'll let you come first. If you want to come up to the podium and address our audience, address our members and our alumni. And then right after Ms. Cochran, President Keith Scott from Nationals, if you could come up and take the podium as well. And then after that, we'll go into our committee reports. I know everyone's schedule is a bit much on Friday, so Ms. Cochran, if you have to head out to another event, fine. But if you want to stick around a little bit, you can. And then the same thing for Mr. Keith Scott. Keith actually drove in from Austin 2 days in a row. Yesterday he was here in town and made it out to the Maroon and Gray chapter meeting. So Maroon and Gray, go TSU Tigers. I know we have our alumni watching via the well, Facebook Live. So hello to all the chapters and Maroon and Gray. And then also he went back home to Austin, went to work, got off work, hit the road, and made it back down here again for the School of Business Alumni Chapters meeting. So Keith Scott, thank you. President Scott, thank you for that. Ms. Cochran, the floor is yours.
So I just wanted to say welcome and thank you for inviting me to come tonight. I don't want to take up a lot of time. Just want to encourage alumni to stay involved. One of the things that we did for this meeting and other alumni meetings that were being held over the past couple weeks was to send out information via Facebook and constant contact to make sure that our alums are aware of what's going on. But the one thing that we heard during homecoming is that a lot of people aren't getting information from the university. So the only way that we can be able to contact you is if you give us your information. Either give it to Virtus as a member or a participant with this chapter, or to the university so that we can reach out to you. And we know strength in numbers, that's the only way we can get you involved and get you back. And so that's one of the main messages that I want to give tonight. I know you have a lot on your agenda, is to stay involved, and I know Keith wants to share some information, and that the university and the Alumni Association and the chapters is a partnership. Yes. We work together, and we know we have to work together to be successful, and so that's something that we are doing. We do have our Maroon and Gray affair. Did anybody in the room receive a save the date? You did? Okay, good. That's good. That's great. So our Maroon and Gray affair is coming up on April 27th, and it is to raise monies for scholarships for our students. The goal is $1 million, and we know many of our alumni will help us to support this effort. Over half the room, half the attendance. We had about 2,000 people last year at the Marriott Marquis, and we know that half of those people are alums. We want to do whatever we can to support our students, and we want our students to know that alumni are there for them. And so we've got some other things that are coming up that I will share with Vertus. We've talked about mentoring. We've talked about making sure that our alumni help to feed the pipelines at their companies with our students, help to mentor our students, prepare our students. And so those are some of the other things that we're going to work on continually. A few people asked me about homecoming dates. We don't have the homecoming date yet. We do know about the state fair and some other things. But as Vertus mentioned, for commencement and things like that, we want alumni to come out and meet the new students, our new graduates. I am planning an alumni social for young alumni, and I think it's up to 35. I don't know, the number keeps changing. But we're gonna do a young alumni social because we really wanna get our alumni out. And that date is set. I'm gonna put something on Facebook. It is scheduled for January 31st at the Alley Cat. Marcus Davis is the owner. He's an alum, the Breakfast Club owner. He's our alum, you guys know that. And we want you to encourage young alumni to come out so we can keep them engaged and in the fold so that they can interact with our students when we do move-in, when we do the pinning ceremony for our new students when they come back. We just want our students to see alumni at each and every event. So I'm in Hannah Hall. Vertus knows how to get in touch with me. I'm gonna leave some save the dates here, and then I'm gonna pass it off to Keith so that Keith can come on up as well.
Thank you.
So thank you guys.
And one more time, while Keith is coming up and Ms. Cochran's headed to our seat, what's that maroon and gray affair date?
So it's April 27th.
April 27th at the Marriott Marquis.
And I'm going to leave this, and everything's online on our development website so that you can go online.
So,
and we will be supporting your event. We have an ad, and we will be supporting your event.
Fantastic.
On the 26th.
Awesome. So go to www.tsu.edu for all the details and more.
Yes.
Mr. Keith Scott.
All right, thanks. Good evening, JHJSB Alumni School of Business.
Good evening.
All right, Maroon and Gray Tigers.
Yeah.
We're happy to be here tonight, and so this is the time of year where I get a chance to go around and visit all of the local chapters. So I'm trying to visit all of the local chapters in the state of Texas. And then later on, I plan on visiting some of them outside of the state of Texas. But for now, my focus is the state of Texas. So I'm on a dog and pony or road show to go around and visit everyone just so you know who I am. Okay, so Vertus mentioned earlier that we had a summit back in January, early January. We got another one coming up on March 8th. No, I'm sorry, March the 9th is our next summit where we get all executive board members together, which consists of all the local chapter presidents plus the national officers. Vertus is a national officer, and he's also a chapter president too. And so what our goals and objectives are to work on or make some modifications and enhancements to the bylaws. And also, he's working on the budget for this year, along with improving some areas in membership. So we've heard some complaints and some concerns raised about membership and how soon you're getting monies and then keeping track of alums. So I'm working alongside the membership chair and Connie Cochran, who's the VP of Alumni Affairs. Is that correct? Alumni Affairs at Texas Southern, so that we can come up with a strategy, a group strategy, so that the Alumni Association and also the university will be successful. Now, as alumni president, I guess a lot of you probably are asking the question, what's the responsibility of alumni president, or in general, just what's the sole purpose of the alumni? The sole purpose of the alumni is to work alongside the university to help the university achieve its goals and objectives. So we do that in a couple of ways. One way is we raise money for scholarships. Oftentimes we may get, especially during a semester, we get on an average 2 or 3 emails a week from students that are in dying need of monies to pay for tuition. They're just about to graduate, they got a bill, they can't pay it off because they don't have the money. So that's where we come in. We've helped a number of students. I think last year maybe pretty close to, well, last year, the complete year, following spring semester, we probably helped anywhere from 20 to 25 students with their financial needs. So we provided money for that. And so, you know, when I graduated from Texas Southern, I was committed to being active and giving back. So certainly happy to have you guys here tonight. I know that's what your role and responsibility and purpose would be at some point, is to start giving back. But last night, when I met with the Growing a Great chapter, one of the things I asked is, how many of y'all are new alums, new alumni members to this chapter? Do you have anybody that's new here tonight? Anybody new? We got one over there, two. You're not new? Okay, so we got 2 new alumni members. And so the question I have is, when did you graduate from Texas Southern? 2018, and how about you?
December of last year.
Last year, and that's good, because what we're seeing historically is, just like last night as an example, some members had graduated from Texas Southern and hadn't been active at all for a number of years, and so I asked the question, why? So some of the responses I got is, well, my priorities were this, and so therefore I wouldn't focus on that. One of the other answers I got was marketing. We didn't know anything about the alumni chapter and whether or not you really had chapters just in general. And so I think Vertus and the School of Business is doing a remarkable and outstanding job of keeping in touch with the students here in the School of Business, along with all of his other staff and faculty. I know Mr. Brooks. Ms. Brooks been around a long time, and so you all are doing a great job of staying in contact with the graduates. One thing that School of Business provides, based on what I've been told, is the accountants and just the general business majors, they're always employed, and that's a good thing. I don't know if the School of Business have relationships outside with corporations where you're recruiting and such. That's something I tried to start with at Texas Southern with IBM, when I was with IBM, I tried to start a relationship with the university, and so that IBM would come out and recruit computer science and engineering students, and I wasn't so successful at that because I think their focus is primarily Rice University. No, not even Rice. They recruit from the University of Houston and also University of Texas. So it's good that you all have that network. One good thing about alums is it's a vehicle that you can use to network with other alums. So if you are in need of a job or in the process of finding a new job, you can connect with people that are in your school, and they can help with you obtaining or acquiring other opportunities. Or when students graduate from Texas Southern, that's another vehicle. They can network with alums. So the Alumni Association serves a purpose. And like I said earlier, one of the purposes is to work alongside the school. The other purpose is give back to the students. And the third purpose is networking. It's very important to network. So with that said, I won't hold you any longer. Anybody got any questions for me? Any questions?
I just have a statement. When I graduated back in '78, I was 77.
Oh, 77, okay.
77. I was I hired on with IRS, and I was a recruiter for IRS.
Okay.
So I recruited, and I had direct hiring authority. So I hired about 30 students here from Texas Southern.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's good.
And right now, if I can look back, I think it's about probably about 5 or 6 is still working. I'm retired after 40 years.
Right.
However, I still have contacts with IRS, and I work with Dr. Hyman real closely. So whenever she had a student that was interested in coming on IRS, I got that person hired. Yeah. And I can still do the same thing.
And that's a good point. Networking. So.
Just because I'm retired, I still have contacts. And like I said, all you need to do is to be clean. And if you're not clean, you know what I mean? I don't like misrepresentation.
Right. So Ms. Brooks, thanks for that.
And I am a national officer, by the way. I'm the treasurer over at National.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So Ms. Brooks, she's done an outstanding job serving overall all the years. She's been a national officer for how many years? You did
Probably
6 under
about
Julia.
10.
Okay, so, yeah, okay, so she's done an outstanding job in serving in all of her different, capacities and positions, in national and here locally too. So if you don't have any questions, I'll take my seat. Again, I'm happy to be here. Feel free to come back and talk to me after the meeting. I'm pretty sure I'll stay around. Thanks a lot, Bruce, for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Want to add a question?
Yeah, he had a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can.
All right. So my name is Calvin Jakuka. I'm African Nigerian. One of the problems I had while going to TSU was most international students don't get as much internships. Yeah. So most of the time we go out there looking for our own internships and we cannot get any. And I don't know how you guys could help the international students at the business school. Because it's really hard for us though. It's really hard for us.
Okay, well, we'll work together. I mentioned earlier in my president's report that I sit on the Business Advisory Council board with the School of Business, and we're actually going to be working, it's coming up in April.
Yeah.
There is a career fair that's going to be targeted toward School of Business students.
Okay.
And so I'll go back to our planning committee and let them know that we need to make sure we have a presence there, if possible, for international students.
Okay.
And then in February, closer than April, next month, I think our undergraduate committee in their committee report, they're gonna speak about another career fair that's coming up, and that's with the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology, COSET, partnered with the School of Business. And so Ms. Muriel Funchez is our point of contact with the university, and we'll be working real close on a career fair in February and in April. Absolutely. And then one last thing, so our alumni base, we share emails, Facebook posts, different things, but even on our emails, more than the Facebook posts and all the social media, we have a pretty strong network with folks out in different fields, working in different career paths, and we share information. We say, hey, I know someone that's have these certain criterias, education, experience, etc. Do you know anyone within your human resources area? Do you know of a person that's hiring, or similar to what Ms. Brooks said? And so, before you go, meet some folks that's here, but then leave your information. And I believe I have your resume.
Right.
Great. So that's the start there. So we'll definitely share that if it's okay with you.
No, that's okay.
And we'll go from there. And then follow up.
Yeah.
So please follow up. That's very important. But thank you for sharing, because you're probably not the only one in this room. It's a whole lot, exactly, in this room, and folks that's watching as well, with that challenge. But keep up the good fight. Keep going. Keep pursuing. Don't let it discourage you, and you'll land that job. And when you do, we want you to come back and give us a story. Come back and give us that story, because that's what happens sometimes as well. Not saying you'll do that, but other alums, once they go out in career, life happens, they get busy, and I won't say they forget about the university, but at the same time, it's not in the forefront and a priority. So please come back, because that success story that you're gonna give very soon will help out the next alum and the next student and next graduate. Yeah. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We're gonna move right along into our committee reports. And our first committee report, if you have your agenda in front of you, is Ms. Benny Allen Brooks.
Okay, I sit on the interviewing of the scholarships for the soiree last Friday. So we are giving away 4 $1,000 scholarships. So that's one of the things that's happening in finance. Other than that, we will be talking about some additional fundraisers. We put on a fundraiser this past year where we had a raffle of some items. So we have enough money to give for $1,000 scholarship.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Ms. Brooks. Next is our soiree committee chair, Jasmine Belton. And Jasmine?
Good evening, everyone. So just to touch a little bit about the soiree. if you all aren't aware, our 5th annual soiree is coming up next Saturday. So if you have not purchased your tickets, please do so. I actually do see some of the applicants or scholarship awardees in the building, as well as a few of our 40 under 40 awardees are also in the building tonight. So I'm glad to actually see some of you faces that are here. So what I'm actually asking everyone, again, is to make sure you purchase your tickets. I am also looking for volunteers, not the awardees, but any other folks that are here in the room today. We're looking for volunteers for that night. We have a lot of important movements going on, and we need some hands-on, some extra hands to assist with those movements. Other than that, I think that's it. If anyone has any questions, please let me know. It is being held at the DoubleTree Hilton at Greenway Plaza, starting at 6:30. Presentations will start promptly at 7. And that's it.
Okay.
I have just one more item to add,
Yes,
if it's
ma'am.
okay with you.
Yes, ma'am.
We have what we call casino night, and that's where they come in and, where you all will be coming in to pay, and play casino. We have 4 blackjack tables, we have a roulette table, and we have a dice table. And after you win, you'll get a ticket. And you have a choice of selecting items that we have for the winners of the blackjack or whatever you were playing. However, we need items to give out. And we have purchased some items. So if anybody is interested in supporting one of the items that has been purchased, you can see me after the meeting.
Thank you, Ms.
And I have a list of the items. All you have to do, you don't have to go out and pay and look for it. I have it. Just pay me for it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ms. Brooks.
Well, that's the way we're a big family here. So that's the way we do. We act like family members. So don't be shy. Just come on.
All right.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you so much. Is there anything else, Ms. Belton?
That
No?
is it.
Okay, so next on our committee report, we're really moving right through these committee reports too, so thanks everyone, thank you everyone for that. Is our recruitment committee report, and our recruitment committee chair is Ms. Bernica Scott, our VP of membership.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Can you play the video?
Oh,
So-
okay, sure.
We're going to play a membership video. And so this video, we did this last summer. So this is our recruitment video. I did some new faces in the room. I don't think you guys have seen it. So this is maybe about 2 or 3 minutes. I want to share this with you before I do my committee report.
If Burgess can get another
Birds look like you don't know.
Look at the left hand side and press the X.
Okay, left hand side.
Up there in the corner.
Press
Up in the
the
corner.
X.
Up top left.
Next to temperature,
There you go.
there you go, press that.
That's the Wi-Fi
Oh,
button.
that's my that's my-
Oh, well, improvise.
That's what you get for being high tech.
Well, while we're working on that, we'll have an under
You have your USB?
USB storage.
USB. Okay, walk me through it. And those at home, I might need to call a lifeline.
Call a friend.
Stay. Okay, we're almost there. I got a lot here. I think it's in. Okay, today.
There it is.
I don't know why it's grayed out though.
Might already be open.
Oh, is that
It
what
was open.
Yeah, it was already on before we walked in.
Oh.
And he closed.
No, it's back behind the screen somehow.
There it is, right there. Okay. There it is, right there, right here.
Here?
No,
No?
no, you touched it.
Screenshot.
Basically.
I said, there it is. You saw something?
Just put the arrow, hit the arrow.
Arrow.
Hit the arrow.
concern right there.
Okay, well, we thought we had it. We'll have it in just a moment. Our undergraduate committee. If
Go
you
to the
get,
home page.
okay,
See if it'll.
oh, slides.
Will you hit that again?
You see something? I don't.
Scrolls up.
It's only 3 open.
Yeah, that's not good.
Okay, but it's not great.
There it
anymore.
is, there we go.
All right, so
Yay.
Yeah.
it's real.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Oh, hit the light. One light.
It's gonna be too dark in here. It's good.
There we go.
There you go.
Because I wanted to stay connected. It allowed me to stay connected with the university, my peers, family, the staff, the university as a whole.
I'm a proud TSU grad. It enabled me to get a job with the Internal Revenue Service, the Treasury Department. I stayed there for 4 years, and I made 6 figures. And I owe all of this to TSU. I'm proud to say.
I wanted to join the alumni chapter because I wanted to give my time, I wanted to give my energy, and I was also at a point in my life where I could also give my resources. Thankfully, I was able to give monetary donations.
3 words to describe my experience here at Texas Southern would be excellent and achievement. It's our motto, but it's a way of life also.
I chose to stay in business, alumni chapter because I'm a graduate of the business. And it afforded me an opportunity to pursue my dream, which is to become a full technology education teacher. After I retired from Shaw Company, I went into the teaching profession and loved it, and I love being a member of the education. As a matter of fact, I was the second vice president of the office, and I think she's going to be the third secretary of the office, and as a recording secretary.
I met up with Blake Green. I didn't know Blake Green, but he introduced himself to me, and he talked about the alumni chapter and how much fun they had. And he said, "Don't you want to join the alumni chapter?" I said, "Well, I'll come out and look at it." And I think it was 2012 that I came back and looked at it. Once I arrived, I never left. It was such an exciting part of JHJ that I didn't know anything about because they were giving scholarship, they were giving back, and I didn't know we came together like that to give money back to the students. So once I learned that, then I said, well, when I signed up, when do I pay? I think I paid the same day.
For many years after graduation, I had gave monetary contributions to the school. But it came a time where I wanted to see exactly where my money was going. And so that's when I joined the Alumni Association. That's when I joined the Jesse Jones School of Business Alumni Chapter.
I am greatness, and I am TSU.
I am greatness, I am TSU.
I am greatness, I am TSU.
One that stands out the most is when I was at export in this school, and in that period of October 1982, I was lying on the floor. Miss Wiley was supposed to be a driver car. Miss Wiley, I think Miss Wiley, but she pulled us along the parade route, and all the little kids were running out to us I felt like a celebrity.
My best moment at the School of Business was having met Dr. Clara Wiley, and I knew then when I took business one-on-one that I was going to be an entrepreneur. She deposited that into my spirit.
Career Day. Me and my fellow students at the time were all lined up one after another interviewing with different firms. And my most memorable part was when I received an internship with the Tom Joyner Foundation. Just me emailing back to my professor saying, "Hey, I'm out here in Columbus, Ohio. I'm doing great out here. I'm gaining experience." And then me coming back to the campus that fall, being able to share that with my fellow students was a highlight for me.
I think about when I was in college, how it was important for alumni to give back and come back from their companies or their business to give opportunities, internships. And that was my first opportunity from an alumni that came to this university, and he said that we needed an accountant, straight out of college. And so luckily that was my first job out of college, because a alumni wanted to give back.
As with any organization, the university needs money to function. Your financial contribution, as well as being active in an alumni chapter, gives you a great opportunity to give back to the school that gave to you. Excellence in achievement is what we're known for, and we want to help other incoming students, future graduates, become excellent in achievement.
So if someone was to ask me to sum up my experience, my time here at Texas Southern University, the 3 words I would actually put as a phrase and say, I'm so grateful.
Friendship, perseverance, and knowledge.
I thought about it, and I think it prepares you.
Number 1, Tiger Pride. Number 2, Tiger Pride. Number 3, Tiger Pride TSU.
Opportunity, excellence, legacy.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. The only word that can express it for me is awesome. So glad to be back home.
I hope you have enjoyed the various stories from our various alums. You're probably thinking, how do I join the chapter? If you go to our website, JHJSB.org, and click on membership and follow the instructions. And you can check out our Facebook page, Jesse H. Jones School of Events Alumni Chapter. I hope you will join sometime soon. So as you saw, this was our membership video that we put out last summer. And I will also give the charge to you guys that are here to join our chapter. And I know that you guys will. As of right now, we have 8 members. And our goal this year is to get 55. Last year, we did a goal of 50, which was, I think, the first for this chapter. So I will give a round of applause for that.
So she will include those 8.
Oh, and then we have some more to add.
Okay, great.
So I'll add these as well to our roster. But yeah, so our goal this year is 55, and I know we'll get to that mark, but I also wanted to share the dues amount with you. So for our chapter, it's $100, $50 stays with the local chapter, and then $50 goes to the national chapter. And then I'll also give you some information about being a lifetime member. If you would like to be a lifetime member, the dues would be $500. $450 goes to the national chapter, and then $50 stays here for the local chapter. Are there any questions? And every year you just pay $50 to the local chapter. Are there any questions or anything? And I'll also go over, on last month, we went to the Rockets on December 13th. We went to the Rockets game, and it was versus the Lakers. We had a really, really good turnout. It was maybe about 40 or 45 people attended the game, so it was well attended. So it was exciting. There'll be more events that we'll plan again this year. And then there'll also be a membership drive that we will probably try to do with the other chapters. We'll probably do like a bowling event where we get other members, I guess we'll try to get new members, and then we'll get ones that have not joined a chapter to possibly maybe join Maroon and Gray or Young Alumni chapter, but we're trying to see if we can collaborate with other local chapters to get other members to join. So I think that's pretty much it for me.
Okay, good deal, good deal. Thank you, Bernica. If you didn't already know, I'm sure you recognize and observe by now that everyone in this room, especially the folks up here, we bleed maroon and gray. You know, we have some TSU pride, and I'm sure it's showed in the video, but even before the video aired or played, I'm sure you already saw it in the committee presentations. And so, as I mentioned earlier in my president's report, I didn't want to go into too much length because I didn't want to pull some of the items that are being presented to you in our committee reports, because we have active committees. I don't know how many of you are parts of other organizations. I see some folks on here, I think you're part of fraternities and sororities. Maybe you have some organizations at your church or on the job, but you know, most times in an organization, you have your committees, and some committees are not really that active. So you end up with the same person or a few people performing all the work. Well, I can't say that that's necessarily the case right now, because we have committees and the committees are active. And for all of you out here, hopefully in your mind, you're thinking, you know, which committee do I fit in? You know, is it the recruitment committee? Is it more the soiree committee with fundraising? Is it more of the, you know, working on finances? And now we have the undergraduate committee coming up as well. And so in the back of your mind, kind of be thinking about that. Where do I have a skill or a niche, or maybe it's something you want to try out? You know, not necessarily, you know, marketing or different things that you normally do, but maybe it's something you want to try and say, hey, I think I'll be good in that area. You know, the alumni chapter, we're open. We're here, we're open arms, and we'll love to have you assist in any way possible. You know, whether it's your time, we would love to have your time, but not every alumni can make it out to a meeting. Some are on Facebook, social media live. Whether it's your talent, of course, you have to be present for talent. Well, most times, not all the time. We have one alum that he does our website pro bono. And he says, hey, I won't make it out to a meeting, but that is my contribution every year to work on you guys' website. And we say, hey, thank you for that. Or it could be your treasures, right? Time, talent, and treasures. You know, some members say, hey, I'm retired, I'm at home, I won't come out to the meeting, but let me know if a student needs a scholarship, or let me know when's the next event, and I'll write a check. You know, so whether it's any one of those three ways, if not all those three ways, we really appreciate it. So next, our undergraduate committee, we have two chairs. We have co-chairs, Quentin Howard and Carl Jenkins. Quentin is not here today, but Carl Jenkins is. And so Carl, oh, yes, please. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Vernica wants to make a
so I want to make a
announcement.
correction. So I was able to get the other applications from Ms. Brooks, so we have 19 paid members.
Wow. All right. Yeah, I think that's worth noting. We have 19 paid members, and we're only on January 18th. So that's almost one member per day if you do an average for the whole year so far. If we keep that up, we'll have 365 for the year. Well, we might not have that many, but we want to make our goal of 55. And like Vernica said, yes.
I was gonna say, make sure Vernica sends that so I can put it on the University Alumni Facebook page when you're doing your membership drives and all of that. Okay. Just like we advertise this.
Absolutely. Thank you. And Ms. Cochran made a great point. Our alumni relations, they do so much, alumni fairs and special events, so much. She mentioned all the events there, but don't only become friends on Facebook and social media with the School of Business Alumni Chapter. If you haven't already, the Texas Southern University Alumni Relations, Office of Alumni Relations, has Facebook and social media pages as well. And then also Texas Southern University National Alumni Association. Mr. Keith Scott, our president, was up here. So all three of those, be in tune with those. And if you are, it's a slim chance to no chance that you won't be not in the loop and not informed. And if you ever move or something, be sure, or change email addresses, be sure to update your information. But stay in tune with those three and you can't go wrong. What I was about to say is that our undergraduate committee chair, Mr. Carl Jenkins, is here. Carl, can you give your presentation, please?
Hello, everybody. My name is Carl Jenkins, and there's two of us. I'm the co-chair, and then we have Quentin Howard. Quentin is not here right now, but the undergraduate committee, we do a lot with the students, try to go back into the classroom, let them know who we are and what we do. We say a whole bunch of stuff about our careers and different things that we're doing. But we got one thing that's coming up in February in Columbia. We're going to be working with the COSET alumni chapter. I think that's alumni chapter. And it's going to be at the Student Center in the Tiger Room on the 3rd floor on February the 13th. And we're going to be looking for volunteers. Now, I'm not sure what the volunteers are going to do yet, but we are looking for volunteers I know one thing they asked was mock interviews. They want to do some mock interviews with students, and I'm not sure what else they want us to do, but they want the JHJ Alumni chapter to participate with them. So if you're interested, I guess send an email to our website.
Absolutely, you can send an email to info, INFO, @jhjac.org. Send an email to info@jhjac.org if you interested or wanting more information on volunteering for this upcoming event or any other upcoming event.
Yes.
Thank you, Carl. And so one thing Carl didn't mention is it's not actually coming up, but we just did it in December for winter commencement. You want to tell us a little bit about that, winter commencement?
Shoot, we had, how many people participants? About eight people come out, and we served breakfast to all the graduates, to all the JHJ graduates in December. That's what I said, did you see me? Yeah, we did. We had donuts and breakfast bars and orange juice. Yeah, now you know.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember now.
So every graduation, we tried to, and Ms. Constance, you were there. We try to do that every graduation. At least come in and say who we are and what we do, and so that the undergraduates, the people who are graduating, know that the alumni chapter exists. So it was big, a big turnout this time.
Absolutely, it was really good, and we went paperless this year at the commencement. Usually we have a sign-in paper, and we ask the recent or the newest alums, right, in their cap and gowns, to fill out the paper, put your name and your email address, phone number. But this year we went paperless. We had laptops, tablets, etc., and we had tables set up. We got there extra early. I think they were asking graduates to get there at 7. We were there at 6:30. Or if they asked them to get there at 6:30, we were at 6. We were there early. We set up, had our laptops and everything going with the Wi-Fi, and we have a place on our website where if you click, you fill in your own information, and it automatically gets uploaded to our correspondence list. And currently we use MailChimp. We may be moving to Constant Contact or whatnot, but as of right now, MailChimp works good for us. And it was 71, I think is the number. About 71 alums gave us their information. And so that cut down a lot on when we get back to the office or get back to our homes and desks and trying to input that data. We started to find out that a lot of signatures we couldn't read, a lot of the phone numbers was missing a number, or a lot of the email addresses were coming back invalid because they may have written it down wrong, or they're in a rush, or in different things. And so that cut down on a lot, probably 85% or so of the misreads and mis emails. And so actually I think 1 or 2 folks here today who received that email or signed up in December, and now they're here today. So the electronic and going paperless was a real big improvement for our chapter. And so there's room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. Hopefully you standing out there, you may see some things today, say, if they tweak that a little bit, they can do that a little bit better, or I can add this to that and just bring it higher and higher. And so don't be afraid of that. Get with us offline, one-on-one, or send us an email. And, we'll try that idea. And if it's all for the betterment of the school, betterment of the university, and it ends up helping our students out and boosting TSU, we're all for it. So thank you for that. Hey, thank you, Carl, for your report.
I've got that for you.
Absolutely. And so lastly, only one more here. We have 5 committees on our agenda today. Lastly, our chair for our Public Relations Committee is Ms. Whitney Jones-Moore. And Whitney will let you know what's going on with public relations, or what public relations does.
Okay. Hi everyone, as Berta said, I'm Whitney Jones-Moore. I finished here in 2007, and I guess I was kind of the default for this committee. This is something that is a challenge for me, but I appreciate it, and I think that we're getting the word out to people, and so it's good to see, like Connie said, that they helped us I want to say market, but they helped us advertise this event, and I did see that, and I did see some other people from some other organizations like that post. But we're trying our best to post on Facebook and Instagram. We just made an Instagram page, I believe, last semester, and I think we have about 60-something followers on there. So if you see us or look for us now while you're sitting here, while you have your phone, we try to update that and send out things on that as well. Burtis has posted here as well that we have quite a bit of new followers on our Facebook page, and I think I get an Instagram something every day from Instagram as well. I also wanted to ask, how many of you all like the video that was just played and thinks it's helpful? One of the things that Burtis and I discussed is, as you kind of saw the breaks in the videos, is chopping the video up and kind of releasing that out at different points in time. And we're not just interested in people just becoming members of JHJ. We are interested in people becoming alumni, active alumni in any chapter. So as Bernica said, we do plan to collaborate with other chapters. We also want to make sure that everybody is on MailChimp. Can you raise your hand if you have an email about this meeting? And if you didn't, as they said before, just make sure you're on the list. We're going to try to make sure everybody is added on there. But we're trying to reach alumni as many ways as we can. I will say that we need volunteers for this committee as well. We have one person who really helps out a lot with this committee, and that's Leticia Evans. As you see right now, she's doing the Facebook Live. We also do Zoom meetings, so people who are out of state can also watch what's going on here. And we do have alumni who are in other states who support JHJ, who have made large donations for the events that we host. But I won't hold anybody too long, but I do agree with Burtis. If you have suggestions, just put suggestion in the subject of the email and send it to the email address that he said earlier, because we are open to suggestions. We want to do anything that will work.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Whitney.
Tag for ID?
It's JHJSB, I believe, or Jesse H. Jones Alumni Chapter. Jesse H. Jones Alumni Chapter. Give me a second.
We'll get that.
I'll get it to you.
That
IG
tag for you or something.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll add it for the next presentation. All right. Well, thank you, Whitney, for that. Moving right along. So hopefully, you all received some information today that you didn't know prior to coming here, because that's what we want to do. We want to inform, then we want to involve. And so you can't really be involved until you become really informed. And so new business, we don't have anything to vote on, but I do want to let you all know of a few things that's coming up. So this is almost like a coming soon section today. Our 2019 budget, per our Constitution and bylaws, at the beginning of every year, we need to set a budget, and we should set a budget for our upcoming year. And this budget is both revenue and expenses, mainly expenses, but we set out our budget, and our budget will be voted upon real soon as well. And so our executive committee will come up with our budget, and then we'll bring it to the body, and we'll vote on it. But just a few things in there. You all see the stand-up banner that's to your right, to my left. That's part of an expense. That's marketing and advertisement. We have our tablecloth over there. We have our signing table. That's advertising and marketing expense as well. I would like to purchase another stand-up banner this year. Different photos, different pictures, different things, so that we put out a different message, or same message, but updated. And so when we go out to different events, whether it's career fairs like we talked about earlier, we can market and brand. And then at the basketball games, football games, every home game, most home games, a different alumni chapter works, quote unquote, works the alumni table. And so, JSJ, when our day comes up, I would like us to have our banner, our different things, different paraphernalia, so that we can really promote our JSJ alumni chapter. Budget in there, right now the soiree is coming up. It's next week, but we're already budgeting for the next time, the next soiree. So before this budget comes out, the FY19 budget, we'll be thinking about what's going on for next year. Because although this event is happening now, the planning started last year. So you have to plan a year and ahead. And I don't have to go too far into that because, you know, everyone here is business graduates. And so you understand whether you work in finance now or, you know, you successfully completed your finance classes when you were in school, you know about budgeting and everything. Constitution and bylaws is something else that's coming up. I mentioned in my president's report, but we want to review our constitution and bylaws and make any changes if needed. There's a process to that, so we'll have our parliamentarian on next meeting in February explain to us the process and pass out the forms. Not everything that comes up to the general body or suggestion will be added, you know, unless, you know, we go through the protocol and it's approved and everything. But please, we're gonna take time to really go through that. Membership drive. Bernice already spoke about membership drive, so that's gonna be on our new business until we really develop that idea and collaborate. We're thinking this first membership drive and social will be a collaborative effort with other chapters. So you'll probably see some of your fellow alums, whether they graduated with you in School of Business or another college and school, hopefully can all come together for that event. And we had a couple events like that last year. We had an alumni picnic where multiple chapters came out, and it was here on campus, on the yard, and it was well attended, and a couple other events during the year. Announcements. Upcoming announcements, Ms. Belton already talked about our 5th annual soiree is coming up. If you don't have your tickets, purchase your tickets. And if you want to donate a casino prize item, get with Ms. Brooks, get with Jasmine Belton on that. TSU versus Southern basketball game, March 9th. We have other games coming up before then. Actually, there's a game tomorrow versus Grambling here on campus. 5:30 is the women and 7:30 is the men's game on tomorrow. But March 9th, I put it here because that's important. That's alumni night. We're asking all alums to come out on that night. But then also, that's the night that the School of Business will host the alumni table. And so that's a Saturday, March 9th is Saturday. And so come out before then. The season's just started. The home game season has just started. So please come out before March 9th. But make sure you mark your calendars for March the 9th. And Maroon and Gray Affair, the 3rd annual Maroon and Gray Affair, that's hosted by Dr. Lang and President Lang's wife, Laura Lang, and that's on April 27th. Closing remarks. What we started on last year, and we've been doing pretty good with it, is that any other announcements from our general body or other alums, we ask you to submit those announcements to our parliamentarian prior to the meeting, and then our parliamentarian will make those announcements. And so, Mr. Parliamentarian, had you received anything from anyone?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so no announcements have been submitted in. I do want to say thank you before this meeting is adjourned. Thank you to our soiree committee. Ms. Jasmine Belton's here, and maybe 1 or 2 others out there on the committee as well. But our soiree committee provided the food for today. And so typically we eat while we have our meeting, but we wanted to go ahead and get started so that we can end on time. And our meeting end time is 8 p.m. and it's 7:50, so we're right on schedule, a little bit ahead of schedule. But usually we eat while we have our meeting, but food is here, and that food is provided by the soiree committee. With no further ado, I don't see no announcements, no hands. This meeting is adjourned at 7:50. Thank you for coming. Hope to see you soon.